Turn on, tune in, take off. A series of study support podcasts designed to launch you into university study. Episode 5. Delivering Effective Presentations.
Today's topic is giving effective presentations. As part of your course, you may be asked to give a 10 to 15 minute presentation on a particular topic. Giving presentations is one of the skills that employers expect graduates to have, so you should make the most of any experience you can get at university. However, it isn't easy at the beginning. Here are 2 comments we hear a lot from students preparing presentations, read by Industrial Design student Letty and International Business Management student Loy.
We were asked to do a PowerPoint presentation during the 1st semester, and I'm really passionate. I've never used PowerPoint before, and that was a challenge. And then I spent ages deciding what to put in the presentation itself. It's really unsettled me.
I was more concerned about speaking in front of so many people and the teacher. I've never done it before, and I knew I would be very anxious on the day. In the end, it was okay. Not excellent, but okay. But I spent actually ages preparing for it. I could have spent my time training for my essay.
Doing something you've never done before can be overwhelming and unsettling. But here are some guidelines to help you deliver a good presentation. First, getting started.
Define your purpose and aims. Why are you making a presentation? To give information, to persuade, to argue an idea. Think of your audience. Who are they? What do they know already? And what do they need to know?
Think of the topic of the presentation and decide on your main points. You should aim to talk about 2 or 3 points in a 10 minutes presentation. If you try to do more, you will be too general. Talk about a few things in depth. When you have chosen your point, try to find a logical connection between them. You will need to do research and find evidence to support your points and make your case clear.
Writing. Presentations usually have 3 distinct parts: an introduction, the main section, and the conclusion. In the introduction, you should say what you're going to talk about and why. Next, mention the structure or order of your presentation. All this will help the audience follow your arguments and evidence and understand how you've reached your conclusion.
You need to gain the audience's attention, so think carefully how you introduce your topic. You should start with a story, a question, or some conflicting statements.
The main part of your presentation should take your audience from your introduction to your conclusion in the most clear, focused, and persuasive way possible. How you do this will be specific to you and the topic. Make sure that any material presented is relevant and focus on the title of your presentation, as well as the point you are making at the time.
It helps if you plan for variety in the ways you present your case and supporting evidence. Where they are appropriate, you could plan to use examples, anecdotes, and case histories, charts and graphs, handouts, video clips, and even objects which people can pass around.
And in the conclusion, you should summarize what you have said in this talk we have discussed, and make your conclusion at least clear that plan to leave the audience a parting shot to stimulate their thought. Remember, a presentation is intended to open up discussion by raising questions. Finally, invite questions and thoughts.
When you have written your presentation, look it over carefully from the viewpoint of your intended audience. Does it mean objectives? Is it the structure as logical as it can be? Is the content right for the audience? Is it too long?
Using PowerPoint. Think carefully about your PowerPoint slides. If you've never used PowerPoint before, or you're struggling with it, ask for help at the ADSET or Collegiate Learning Centres. You can also book an appointment online. Search on Shoespace for IT service drop-in.
Use large fonts about size 24 and include images to illustrate your points. It makes the list more interesting, and if you're nervous, it means the audience will be looking at the list, not at you.
But don't put everything on the PowerPoint, just bullet points and the keywords, and make sure it's attractive. You don't want to read yellow text on a black background.
Dealing with nerves. It's normal to be nervous when you speak in front of lots of people. Here are some ideas to try to overcome them.
Most importantly, rehearse. Even the most experienced of speakers will prepare before a presentation. Practice in front of housemates and friends to get used to addressing an audience. It will also make you learn your material better and feel more confident. Use prompt card if you can. If not, read from a script.
While rehearsing your presentation, it is important to check that your timing is right, that you don't mumble, that your voice is loud enough, and you use the tone of your voice effectively to emphasize points. Practice gestures as well. Believe it or not, nodding slowly when you state your argument makes it more persuasive to an audience.
You'll probably start talking faster and faster as you get through your presentation. Breathe deeply before you start. This slows your heart rate down, and you should feel less nervous. Force yourself and pause between points and slides. It lets the audience catch up and gets your time to breathe and prepare for the next section.
Look at your audience. Despite what you may think, this does calm you. Smile and look relaxed. It should create a more relaxed atmosphere for you and your audience. Another useful tip for reducing anxiety is visualization. Imagine yourself giving a brilliant presentation.
Finally, at the end of your presentation, you may need to handle questions. Don't panic if you get asked a difficult question. Simply admit that you haven't considered that angle to the topic. Then throw the question open to the group.
That's all from us. Thank you for listening, and thank you to Letty and Loy for helping me. Remember, if you need technical PowerPoint help, ask at the ADSETS and Collegiate Learning Centre Help Desk. For more structure, research or writing tips, you can use our drop-in study practice, which offers 20-minute appointments in both the learning centres. Go to Shoespace for more information. Alternatively, for more in-depth help, you can book a 40-minute education guidance appointment in Student and Learning Services by phoning 0114 225 3813. This concludes this study support podcast. We hope it was helpful. Now we recommend that you listen to the other podcasts in the series to introduce you to other essential study skills. Good luck.